question. I want you to dig into a deep personal experience. Maybe you've experienced a miracle or witnessed one. Talk about something that has happened in your life, maybe at a church service here at NCC, that has left you completely astounded. A miracle, anything, or an anecdote, a story.
Yeah, I've experienced a lot of a lot of miracles. I think the joy of getting older is that you have a greater appreciation for the faithfulness of God, and there's more of a track record. Um, you know, those miracles run the gamut. I've experienced healing in my own body where God has supernaturally touched me in a way that is beyond a doctor's ability to explain. But I think many of the miracles we've experienced, I talk about in one of the seven signs, I talk about Jesus as the choreographer, that he's in the business of supernatural synchronicities, that he orders our footsteps and you meet the right person at the right time. Maybe one fun miracle for me to point to is we're doing this interview in Ebenezer's Coffee House, and the reality is it was a crack house that then we turned into a coffee house. Well, we shouldn't own it. Four people offered more money for it than we did, two of them real estate developers, and yet we got it. And I think it's because we circled it in prayer for 5 years. And then the beautiful thing is that miracle has been multiplied. I mean, we've had 1 million customers walk through our doors. In the next calendar year, we'll pass the $1 million mark of every penny of profit we give to missions. And so I feel like we're in the middle of a miracle here. In fact, when people walk into Ebenezer's, I tell them, you may think this is a coffee house. It's not. This is what a miracle looks like. Now, we do happen to serve coffee, but this is a miracle that is ongoing. And so here's what I would say to those who are listening, and really I think it's going to be one of the byproducts of the book, that when God does a miracle in your life, the way you steward it is you believe God for bigger and better miracles. John 14, Jesus said, you will do greater things than this. In other words, look at the miracles that Jesus did. And he said, you're going to do even greater things. Now, if it wasn't Jesus who said it, we would call that heretical.
Right.
But it was Jesus who said, I will empower you, and if you follow me, you're going to walk into the middle of some miracles. And so I think my prayer for this book is, let's turn up the temperature. Let's believe God. Let's stretch our faith to believe that God is a God who does miracles. And so I think that it's going to be exciting, because this is not just a book to read. By the time people get to the last page, my hope is that many of those readers will have experienced a miracle, or that the book will set them up to believe God for that miracle in their lives.
Well, it's definitely a fascinating book and very insightful. I read it myself. Thank you, Pastor Mark, for taking the time to speak with us today. It's a very insightful book. Be sure to check out The Grave Robber, released next week on September 2nd. And thank you for watching CP Insider.